It's Sunday, October 29th, 2023. I want to start the video out today. First, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. But I want to start this video out today by quoting Pastor Benjamin Faircloth. Now, he said this years ago. Let me know what you think about this. He said, "America, your day has come. Your time of reckoning is here. War is now your only solution. Confusion will be rampant in your streets. You have sown into the wind, now you must reap the whirlwind." You know, there is no doubt that we are in a time of spiritual warfare. There is no doubt that this country has turned its back on God. We have become, no doubt, a vessel of wickedness. And only God now can save this nation. And when you look at the wickedness that is taking place, the moral decay, the social decay, when you look at the demons walking the earth right now, and this is only going to get worse, the dismantling and wreckage of the U.S. economy, the destruction of the U.S. household, the U.S. consumer, there's no doubt when you look at what's happening fiscally, economically, financially, that this is all purposely being done. And many millions of people just right here in America are going to feel the wrath of this destruction, this coordinated destruction of the U.S. economy. There's no way out, ladies and gentlemen. This thing is going down. Doesn't mean it's going to be next week or next month or 6 months. Nobody knows. But there is so much going on behind the scenes. And the worse the economy gets, the worse we're going to see on the streets of America, the worse we're going to see socially. More social decay, more social destruction, more unrest, more chaos. It's happening now. Don't deny it, and especially don't ignore it. It has begun. You need to get right with God. And I know that we talk 99% on this channel about what's happening economically, especially right here in America and globally. But I want everybody to be prepared, because this is way beyond finances and economics. This is a spiritual attack across the globe. And the economy is going to play an important role here, because people are going to be broken. When you don't have money, when you don't have opportunity, when you don't have a job, you can't eat. People are going to starve. People are going to go homeless. It's happening right now. It's been happening for a number of years. And this is going to cause more chaos right here in America, more crime, more drug use, more suicide, more divorce. We're going to see things we've never thought humanly possible take place right here in America, things that we thought only happened in other parts of the world. And now it's happening right here. So as every day I reinforce with all of you to get the debts paid off, to get financially stable and independent, you need to be spiritually stable, spiritually independent, because we are no doubt in spiritual warfare right now. And again, the economy is going to play a big role, because when the economy is broken, it will break people. It will break families. And you're going to see more desperation, more despair, and more crime, more drug use, everything across the board. So be prepared. And the best thing you can do, and for the people out there that, well, we spoke yesterday, when Matt was on the show yesterday, please make sure to check out yesterday's show. I know it's long, but we touched on a lot of bases. But, you know, if you're maybe older, you don't have the skill sets, you don't have any money right now, the only thing I can advise for you to do, because I don't think you should quit. It may be too late, maybe it's not, but the only thing you can do right now is turn to God. Only God can help you at this point. If you're, you know, in your 40s and 50s, no skills, no money, no job, what do you do at this point, as we are now entering a very, very serious depression? The only thing you can do right now is turn to God. Another thing is, if you're younger and you see people who have wasted their life, they've not worked hard, they don't have skills, they haven't dedicated themselves, they haven't made some money, they haven't put capital away, they haven't prepared for what's coming. They're jobless. Look at that person and make sure that never happens to you. Don't ever give up. Don't ever go without working. You should be working 2 jobs if you can do it right now. Don't buy, into all the FOMO that you've got to buy the nicest car, the nicest house, live in the best zip code, post everything you eat on social media. Don't buy into it. This is the time right now. If you're younger, you need to be working extremely hard, putting capital away, and building a war chest for what's coming to protect yourself and to take advantage of opportunities. So that's the best advice I could give you today. Now, turning to some of these articles today, this coming from Blaze Media. If the economy is growing, why do I feel so left behind? I can tell you right now, people ask me that all the time. People will be like, well, I know the economy's bad, but everybody's out at dinner. The restaurants are packed. The resorts are packed. The planes are packed. The bars are packed. Even though, if you look closely, they're not that busy. The restaurants, I can tell you in my area, I'm sure somebody will write me and tell me that the restaurants in their area are extremely busy. We live in an international destination here in the Palm Springs area, and I can tell you all summer long, they've been not busy at all. And we're now entering our season right now, and it's picked up a little bit, but you'll have no issue getting a table. You'll have no issue sitting down and having dinner. It is not that busy. They're going to keep telling you and spinning the story that things are great. But don't feel like you're going crazy, ladies and gentlemen. It's as bad as you think and worse. Many of you may right now think it's bad. I'm telling you, in my humble opinion, it's worse than you even know. Third quarter GDP, this was the great news that we just got, up 4.9%. Now they're going to tell you on television that everything's amazing, but your personal experience is much different. You're looking at your savings account, your checking account, how much money you have in your wallet, what kind of balance you have on your credit card, your net worth, what it's costing every time you go to the grocery store, when you put gas in the car, when you have to buy clothes for your kids, when you go to Walmart. You're not wrong. You know that things are not equaling up. 2 plus 2 is not equaling up to 4. More Americans are working 2 jobs. Why is that? Because they want to? No, because they have to. Many have dipped into the savings accounts. They're wiped out. Many are running multiple credit cards, paying the bare minimum at over 24% interest on each of those cards. Remember, the GDP, it says here, is being inflated by the differential between what is reported and what you are having to spend. Don't forget, all that government spending also that is going into making those bombs now that we're in 2 wars. So those defense companies are making huge amounts of money. The U.S. government spending lots and lots of money to send over to other countries and building bombs and drones and all types of munitions and weapons for these countries, costing billions upon billions of dollars. That is what's pumping up the GDP. Now, it says in the article, your house probably increased in value, but it increased on paper. Now you cannot sell it. So maybe you look on paper and go, wow, I'm worth a lot of money on paper, but how's that helping you from day-to-day expenses? Putting gas in the car, going to the grocery store, buying clothes for the kids, repair costs on the automobile, paying health insurance, paying car insurance, paying your cell phone bill. How being rich on paper, is that really making you rich or feel wealthier when you're spending more money, when you're dipping into savings, when you're dipping into your retirement accounts? And what's going to happen when that wealth evaporates out of the housing market and people begin to look on paper that their wealth is shrinking extremely fast because their home values are going down? Now, I know somebody's going to write me and say, oh, they're not going down in my area. They're never going to go down in my area. Ladies and gentlemen, I heard that song and dance so many times back in 2007. By 2008, those people were crying. So people can tell you whatever they want right now. Many people are in denial. Many people just believe if they just hope it to go away, that it's going to go away. If they just fool themselves enough that it's not going to happen to them. Nothing is going to stop what is coming. Market Watch, is America's spending spree sustainable? Question mark. Consumers are leaning on their savings to spend, and some economists are worried. Personal savings rate now has dipped to 3.4%. That was the latest number in September. Spending rose 0.7% in September. So you pay more, you get less. Households, it says, may need to pull back on spending or rely more on debt going forward, more credit cards. Kayla Brune, a senior economist at Morning Consult, she said real growth is key to healthy consumer spending. But that is declining. Real personal disposable income, the amount after taxes, fell for the third consecutive month. The money is running out. All of that stimulus, all of that benefit money, all the PPP loans, all that stuff is now running out, and people are in big trouble. And I know there are going to be people out there saying, it's not happening to me, it's not happening where I live. You're just repeating the same thing. Well, ladies and gentlemen, all this news right here just came out within 24 hours. And I'm just highlighting all of this for you right now. From CNBC, Market Watch, The Hedge, Daily Wire. This is all recent within 24 hours. So I just want to let everybody know, I don't make the news up. I look at multiple news sources and I break it down and I share it with you. And please feel free to comment down below on any of these articles or anything I'm saying or anything you want to say. It doesn't even have to relate to any of this. Comment down below. But, you know, I can't be one of these people that just walks around and makes things up and just talk off the top of my head. I come in as organized as I can, and I'm looking what's happening in the real world and what's being reported. And we can decipher it and come up with our own conclusion of what's really happening. Absorb as much of this, read as much of this that you can, watch as many videos as you can, and then break it down and you know, does it match what you're seeing when you go to the store, or when you go to the pump, or when you write out your bills every month, when you pay those bills every month, when you pay the rent, the mortgage, repair bills? What you're hearing on the news, is it really accurate compared to what you're seeing in your life? I'd say most of this is not. Most of this, it's much worse than what is being reported. Here's another one. The new normal is coming to a store near you. Products locked behind plexiglass could be a 40-minute wait. This was interesting. You may have to wait 20 to 40 minutes just to get your toothpaste, because everything now, it's mainly, you're seeing a lot of this in the big cities, high crime ridden cities, where they're putting, you know, the razor blades, toothpaste, things like that behind plexiglass locked up. So if you need to get something, you've got to find somebody in the store who will find some time to mosey over, unlock the cage, the plastic cage, and get your razor blades out, your shaving cream, your toothpaste, whatever they're locking up. And look, I can tell you it's happening here. A month ago, I had to go get some razor blades, and they're locked up. And it's been like that for quite a while. But they're locking more and more types of items up. Pretty soon they'll be locking candy bars up. But I had to go find somebody. It's an inconvenience, because you just want to go in, you know, pick up whatever you need and get out. And now I got to go find somebody. They mosey over, unlock the cage, get my blades, check out. But, you know, what's happening is more and more items are getting locked up. So somebody has to unlock this cage, then you got to walk over, unlock that cage, then you may have to go over a couple more aisles, look for your toothbrush and have that unlocked. And it's becoming a real inconvenience. But this is the real world. This is the world we're living in. Inside Edition, the television show, did a report where they went to 5 Targets, 5 Walmarts, and 5 CVS stores, and they said that it took up to 40 minutes for some items for them to find somebody and get those items unlocked and taken out of the cage. It took up to 40 minutes for some of those items. So welcome to the new America, ladies and gentlemen. Isn't this wonderful that now pretty soon this will be happening in grocery stores when you go to the meat department. This will be happening at some point. Somebody's going to go to the grocery store and the meat department will be on lockdown. It'll be behind steel bars. You want a steak, you're going to have to, ring a buzzer. The butcher's going to have to come out and slide it through the bars. This is the world we're living in. This is what it's coming to. Shifting gears here a little bit. Daily Wire. True cost of electric vehicles far higher than most believe. This nation is making so many economic mistakes. And I will say that the EV market is probably one of the biggest mistakes we're making. It says here, when the government subsidies are factored in the cost to run an EV, it is significantly higher versus a gas vehicle. Direct subsidies, regulatory credits, and subsidized infrastructure. The average EV world will cost a lot more than $48,000 over a 10-year period without $22 billion in government favors to the EV manufacturers and owners. You look at Ford. Ford is getting absolutely destroyed in the EV market. It is currently losing $70,000 on each EV it sells. How long can you stay in business when you're losing $70,000 on a vehicle? The average EV accrues $48,698 in subsidies and $4,569 in extra charging and electricity costs over a 10-year period for a total cost of $53,267 or $16.12 per equivalent gallon of gasoline. So to me, this makes no financial sense whatsoever, and most people know that. Most people don't want an EV car. Most people are not going to buy an EV car. And there's just so many other factors with EVs, especially now that people are saying they're having issues with the cars in the rain, in the snow. Out here in the heat, the batteries are severely drained when it's 110, 115, 120 degrees out here, and even hotter sometimes. It drains the batteries. The EV trucks, they don't have the towing capacity. They don't have the torque. So, and again, the cost is extremely high. The inconvenience of charging, the time, having a location, it's just not making sense, and people know it. And how much longer can the automakers keep making products that they cannot sell? I'm going to finish up with these last two articles, and this is just going to go back to what we began with, what's happening socially in America, and why you have to be awake, why you have to be prepared, why you have to have your head on a swivel, why you need to be aware of the environment you're in. 2 people are dead, 18 injured. There was a fight in Tampa, Florida. I believe this happened last night. Big Halloween festivities taking place in a downtown area in Tampa. Big group of people, a lot of older adults, not old, but older adults over 18 years old running around in Halloween costumes, and a fight breaks out, and now bullets are flying and people are running for their lives. I'm not telling people not to have a good time, I'm not telling people to stay at home or live in a bunker, but I would really be cautious about being around big crowds right now. This is another tragedy, but think about, again, the crime, the gangs that we have right here, and then think about what's happening in the Middle East and the repercussions that we're probably going to see at some point here. Be very, very careful when you're out there, especially in big crowds. And most of these people, one of the people filming this, and you can Google it, YouTube it. He's laughing. He thinks it's a joke, and I don't think he really realized what was going on. But 2 dead, 18 injured, and when you put yourself in these situations, in these environments, you know, you're taking a chance. You're taking a chance. Here's another one. This from the New York Post. Teen admits to randomly sucker punching strangers at Texas park for social media. Alfred Lewis, 19 years old, was captured on video. And this, by the way, is still a free man. The sheriff's department is investigating. He's not been arrested. He's walking around. A news reporter went to his house, knocked on his door, and he answered. And he did an interview. And he's 19 years old, Alfred Lewis. He went to a walking trail at Wortham Park in Houston, Texas, and attacked 2 people. Why? Because he wanted likes and he wanted views. Now, I don't know how many people would give this guy a thumbs up or a like, but apparently some people really enjoy this kind of thing. And to him, this is just for entertainment, running up behind people and punching them on the side of the head. I mean, and he punched these people hard. And he really could have hurt somebody here. He said, I know I just made a mistake. Everybody makes mistakes. But not everybody goes up and physically punches people on the side of the face or the head. He said he did it for views and likes. Again, who supports this kind of stuff? Who would like this? You could, I mean, this could have been your brother, your son, your father, and a lot of times when people get sucker punched, they fall down, hit the concrete, and die. Luckily, these people didn't. But one person, he hit him, and then the person turned around and he grabbed the guy, and I thought he was going to, like, maybe he grabbed the guy from the back after he punched him, and I thought maybe he was going to try to take him down. Like, the guy got loose and turned, and then he squared up to him, this kid. The victim was just in shock. But when he turned, this kid squared up like he was going to fight. So if this would have escalated just from entertainment and views and likes, it looked to me like this kid would have escalated things and went, into fight mode. He was prepared to fight if somebody, would have resisted. At one point, he says, people didn't see me. This is what he told the reporter. People didn't see me shake his hand after he gave the man a hug. I didn't see that. It wasn't filmed. But I guess that makes it okay because one of his victims shook his hand and gave him a hug. Probably because he was just fully disorientated from being punched on the side of the head. But this is now the normal behavior in America. This is entertainment now where people just run up from behind and punch you in the face or the head, videotape it, and try to get likes and views and find this entertainment. This is the new entertainment. So again, be prepared, know how to take care of yourself, stay off the phones when you're on bike trails or walking trails or you're walking through a parking lot or a mall. I highly advise you just get off the phones, period, when you're especially in public. I think that's one of the best things you could do. Situational awareness is absolutely free. It needs no training. You just have to exercise it. You have to be paying attention, ladies and gentlemen. This stuff is happening every day. So now 2 people are dead, 18 injured, 2 people, probably with concussions, just going on a walking trail, getting a little exercise, just listening to their music. Again, when you have things in your ears and you're, listening to music or you're looking down, texting or on your phone when you're walking around in a public place, you can fall victim to this. We don't live in a world now where you can run around with a headset or running around looking at your phone. They're looking for people like you. They're looking to victimize people like you. You're easy pickings. You're easy targets. So break away from the bad habits, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to leave it there today. I could rant here all day on what's going on. It's just appalling how fast things are falling. We'll see what happens in the markets tomorrow. The war is escalating. A lot of people have already died. More, people on both sides are dying. But there are more Palestinians dying. And more people are going to die on both sides, and this thing is going to escalate. So be prepared to see more volatility in the markets, the economy, and especially on the streets of America. Prepare the best that you can, ladies and gentlemen. We are not going back to any type of normal anytime soon. We are going to see a reckoning in America. It has begun. Get ready. God bless. Talk to all of you very, very soon.